The thing I fear, I think, is that if it's going to be whittled down to 2 before recess, that's basically 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
Then we may find, and then, of course, the Tory membership will be voting over the next few weeks. And by September the 5th, we'll have a new leader. We, the people, may actually end up with somebody we hardly know at all, not only as leader of the Conservative Party, but as Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, that's the fear, isn't it? And at least, the way I see it is at least you're going to introduce yourself, even if you can't change who's going to end up as the leader. At least we know who it is. I think that's been the problem with, Johnson coming in and it was all very sudden, and it was like there was no other candidate that was ever going to win. And people didn't really get to know Boris as Prime Minister. They just knew him as Boris as London Mayor.
Well, really. we do know Rishi Sunak. Obviously, we know what he's like. He started off, and he is by far the favourite to win at the moment. And he started off his campaign by saying no tax cuts, which I presume isn't going to suit the Orthodox Conservatives. No,
not at all. And the general public at large, I think that's just something we want to see as a candidate who's actually going to accept that fiscally, they haven't been the most conservative government, and they've been operating to the left of Blair for quite some time now. And I think the most interesting thing about Rishi's announcement video is that there's absolutely no policy in it whatsoever. And I think that's...
No, it was all about his backstory, really, wasn't it?
It was an emotive appeal.
But again, that's interesting, because that sort of appeal is more to us voters rather than members of the parliamentary party.
And that's my point about
and they already know his backstory to a certain... I mean, they're not going to be impressed by the fact that his parents, struggled to make a living at first and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So why did he do it like that?
Well, I think it's a little bit of political naivety, because he's never run for the top job. Most people have never run for the top job. So that's when you begin to see what the actual politician is like, rather than someone who's got, Boris to stand by and somebody who's quite an imposing figure to get behind when they need to.